how to hear your inner self. You might be asking, okay, I agree, I should listen to myself. So how exactly do I do that? Let's simplify things. Use your five senses. This is how I listen to myself. I will always simplify things. My mantra is simplify, simplify, simplify. And the simplest way for you to listen to your inner self, your emotion, is by using your five senses. Your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, and your feeling. How you feel with your skin. For example, we need to know how does it feel inside and how does it look outside. I'll explain further. In terms of how does it feel inside, with our heart, which emotion are you feeling? Is it love or fear? There is a very old teaching that says there are only two source of emotions, that is either love or fear, and all other emotions are rooted from that. All other emotions are love-based emotions and fear-based emotions. You can use the emotions word bank. I have that as a source and I'll show that to you. When you click on that blue link, it'll pop up this make a copy Google Sheet. Click on the make a copy, then this becomes your copy and you can go ahead and write on this. As you will see at the bottom here, there's a fear-based emotion tab, and at the bottom here, the love-based emotion tab. Fear-based emotions, these are just some of the emotions that I listed that are based on fear, such as shyness is based on fear, suspicion, nervousness, panic, overwhelm. Those are based on fear, feeling of worthless. And I tried to make this in alphabetical so you can look, because sometimes when we're emotional, we don't know how to label our emotions. And it's important to know, is this from fear or love? And you know that it's fear, then look at this emotions word bank and say, which emotion am I actually feeling? Go through it. And what you could do is, let's say you can add the date. The date today is July 30th, 2025. And let's say, okay, I'm looking, what am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling dread. Okay, I'll write dread. And what I'm doing is I'm tracking my emotions and what is triggering my emotion. By understanding that tracking and concept, will help me better understand what exactly is triggering. And if you have more than one emotion, then write it here. For example, I'm feeling dread and I'm feeling anxious. How does it feel inside? Okay, which emotion? Okay, love and fear. Okay, I know it's fear-based. And then another question I can ask is, my body is feeling tight chest. So that's a feeling. I'm feeling fatigue, I'm feeling physical pain, and also my mind is foggy, it's chaotic, it's overloaded. So I'm feeling the physical pain of a migraine, let's say. So my sight, one of my senses, I can't even see because I can't open my eyes when I have migraine. And then I'm feeling tight chest. So that's one of your senses of feel. I can't even talk or speak. One of my senses of talking and tasting, I can't even do any of that because I don't feel like eating. Your senses are your indicators of what you're feeling. And so when you go to the emotional word bank right here, and then you can put that. How does it feel inside? Well, I'm having chest and then foggy brain feeling and also lack of appetite. How does it look outside? That's when you try to figure out, am I doing flight, freeze, or fawn? So when you figure out that, then you add it to the emotional word bank, and I invite you to put words into what you're hearing, write or record it. That's why I created the emotions word bank, so you can put words into what you're hearing of your inner self, so you can write and record it. And going back to the emotions word bank, which is right here, you can write, how does it look outside? From outside, it looks like it's a flight. I'm fleeing by scrolling on my phone and social media. That's how it looks outside. And then inside, my inner self, I have tight chest, foggy brain, lack of appetite. And you can even add here, what is triggering this emotion? I'm going to add another column here. And what I did was I put this image here so you can remember what to put on. How does it feel inside? How does it look inside? And I'm going to add a column right here of trigger. So you can figure out what is triggering me right now. What is making me feel this way? You're feeling love-based emotions like these, you're feeling compassionate, affectionate, caring. That's also important to know that that's what you're feeling, that you're overwhelmed with caring. You're overwhelmed with gratefulness, with gratitude. How does it feel inside? I feel light and airy. How does it look outside? It won't be fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. It could be that I am volunteering at the shelter that I felt was very important to me. And you can write what is the trigger right here, so that you can understand what is making you feel that way, so you can do it again and again. That's what this tracker, this emotions word bank is for. So if you feel you're frequently having emotional dysregulation, your RSD is flaring up especially, try to fill this out. It could be for 3 straight days you're doing it, or it could be every other day. It doesn't have to be every day, because that's hard when we're getting emotional. Sometimes we don't even want to do this at the time of our emotion. That would be good to do, so it's fresh in our memory, but I doubt that we have the emotional capacity to do this as well. But let's say the next day you're calmer and you've managed your emotional dysregulation. So go back and put the date for yesterday and reflect. Did I feel dread, anxious? How did it feel inside? Yeah, I was having chest pain. I was having lack of appetite, foggy brain. I was having a migraine. And then how does it look outside? I was scrolling on my phone the whole day. I didn't know what happened to yesterday because I was on the phone, on social media. And what was the trigger? Oh, because say my husband asked me if I've finished my product launch already. And that comment made me feel inadequate, or it triggered my RSD, my feeling of dread and anxiousness that, oh no, I actually haven't finished my product launch yet. I'm actually behind because I overscheduled myself, or I thought I could finish it at a certain time, but I can't, or I can't figure out what's going on with my ADHD brain, or my period is happening, so my energy is low, all because of that trigger. So now you can reflect back and go, okay, that was the start of when I started feeling my chest pain, foggy brain, and lack of appetite. That was the start when I just wanted to doom scroll on my phone. So next time that self-awareness kicks in, you are able to hopefully see yourself as an outside witness, as a third-party conscious witness, looking at yourself and going, hey, you're doing this again, remember? And by writing it down, it creates more neural pathways in our brain to remember what happened, as opposed to just letting it slide and then forgetting that this happened, that this is how you reacted with this certain trigger.